Namaste students, I am JVN Dr. Aziz Mohammed Khan from Department of Food and Biotechnology, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss about the topic microorganism of extreme environment. The topic is fundamental of microbiology. Subject name is fundamental of microbiology and the discipline is food and biotechnology. So in the previous video we discussed about the types of extreme environment. Okay, and in this video we are going to discuss about the microorganism of extreme environment. The first microorganism is the first class is oligotrophs. Okay, so oligotroph is a combination of Greek word oligos means few and feeding means the organism which takes few in for their feeding. So as the name indicate, oligotrophic microorganisms are the organisms which have capability to survive in low concentration of food. Okay, they can survive when the food, when the nutrients available are low in concentration. Still, these oligotrophs can survive in low concentration of their nutrients. An allotroph is an organism that can live in an environment that offers very low level of nutrients. Okay, oligotrophs are characterized by slow growth. Okay, due to low level of nutrients, they have slow growth rate, low rate of metabolism, and their population is generally low. Okay, and in the lab situation, what is the definition of oligotrophs? Oligotroph is an organism that is capable of growing in a medium containing 0.2 to 16.8 mg dissolved organic carbon. It, so it is directly related to the source of carbon for their survival. So oligotrophs are the organisms which, which survive low concentration of organic carbon. Where these oligotrophs are found. These are found in deep ocean sediments, caves, glacial and polar ice, deep surface aquifers, ocean water, and rich oils. Uh, this is the example of a area where oligotrophs can be found. That is Crater Lake. Some of the oligotrophs can be found in combination with some other organisms such as eutrophs. So what are the examples of oligotrophs? Oligotrophic bacterium Sphingomonas and Cycloclastic oligotrophicus. Okay, these are the two examples of oligotrophs. What are the characteristic adaptation of oligotroph? So what are the basic fundamental by which these oligotrophic can survive in low concentration of carbon? So a subset uptake system is available in oligotrophs which acquire nutrients from surrounding. Okay, and oligotrophs have large surface area to volume ratio which allow them to absorb all the nutrients at a particular time. They have high affinity uptake system with broad subset specificity and inherent resistance to environment stresses such as heat, hydrogen peroxide, and ethanol. Now thermophiles. Thermophiles are also the microorganisms which can survive in extreme environment. So what does the name thermophiles means? It meaning heat and love. The microorganism which love to survive at higher temperature. Okay, so a thermophile is a microorganism that thrive at high temperature. Okay, which these high temperatures are not tolerable to normal microorganism or normal organism, but thermophiles can tolerate this high temperature, such as above 50 degrees centigrade. Brooks suggested a definition of thermophile that organism capable of living at temperature or at near the maximum for the taxonomic group of which is a part. And how where these thermophile can survive, they can be found in the compost, sun-heated soils, terrestrial hot springs, submarine hydrothermal vents, geothermally heated oil reserve, and various regions where the temperature is very high, such as Yellowstone National Park. Diversity of thermophiles. So these thermophiles have a wide range of microorganisms. They can be fungi, they can be bacteria, they can be algae. Okay, they have a diverse range of group which are included in the thermophiles. The first is fungi, and the few thermophilic fungi are known as the Zygomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Hyphomycetes. These are the groups, and these are the examples of uh, fungi which are included in the thermophilia, thermomyosis. So these are the examples. It is a very important slide through which we can remember the name of some important group of microorganisms which can survive at a higher temperature. Now algae which are thermophilic and protozoa which are also thermophilic. These are the examples of thermophilic algae and protozoa, and bacteria and archaebacteria. In the bacteria and archaebacteria, three groups are there: the moderate temperature, extreme temperature, and hyperthermophiles. Okay, hyperthermophiles. So there are three groups of microorganisms which are divided on the basis of temperature. Okay, M- moderate higher temperature, extreme higher temperature, and hyperthermophiles means the temperature above 100 degrees centigrade are known as the hyperthermophiles, and moderate means 50 above, and extreme means 70 above. So there are various groups of microorganisms which are included in the thermophiles, and but the bacteria and archaebacteria have wide range of these thermophiles which can survive more higher temperature than other microorganisms can survive. And what are the basic fundamental by which these microorganisms can survive the higher temperature, such as they have some enzymatic activity, they can have some protein activity which can tolerate the higher temperature, and most hypothermophiles are anaerobic and chemolithotrophs. There is no particular carbon use energy generation pathway, and for any microbe, that is lipid, nucleic acid, and proteins are generally susceptible to heat. Therefore, there is no single factor that enables our thermophile to grow at elevated temperature. So, mm, in these group of bacteria, there is also a specific type of membrane that allows them to survive at higher temperature. The membrane lipid of thermophiles contain more saturated and straight chain fatty acid. Okay, they have uh, not an usual fatty acid concentration. They have a more saturated fatty acid chain that allows these microorganisms to survive at higher temperature. Top layer of the depicts the phospholipid of thermophiles at lethal linkages. So this is the structure which can indicate that the thermophiles have a straight and saturated chain of fatty acids, which are not usually found in the normal microorganisms, which are in the normal temperature. But in the thermophilic bacteria and thermophilic microorganisms, a straight and saturated fatty chain is present, which allow them to survive at higher temperature. Hyperthermophiles also have a reverse Kyrage topoisomerase enzyme, which have a capability to stabilize the DNA. Okay, and some of the heat soak proteins, which are known as the chaperones, are found in these thermophilic microorganisms. So these are the basic fundamental which allows these thermophilic microorganisms to survive at higher temperature. So now we discuss about the psychrophiles. Psychrophiles are the microorganisms which can grow in cold environment. Okay, cold means the low temperature below 10 degrees centigrade. It means the 10 degrees centigrade, the temperature from 10 degrees centigrade to minus 45 degrees centigrade are the range at which these microorganisms can survive. Okay, these five psychrophilic microorganisms can grow in cold environments such as they can grow at 0 to 10 degrees centigrade. They can metabolize in snow at minus 20 degrees centigrade. They can be survive at minus 40 degrees centigrade. Some of them can survive at minus 45 degrees centigrade. So there are various ranges of these psychrophiles at which these microorganisms can survive. Where these psychrophiles are found, they are found in cold deserts such of Antarctica. Okay, uh, these cold deserts are very dry in nature, and their temperature may be minus 55 degrees centigrade to 15 degrees centigrade. Okay, the next is endolithic communities. These are the examples of algae and pigmented bacteria such as Micrococcus, Deinococcus, yeast such as Cryptococcus, Cyanobacteria, desiccation, sea ice, where the temperature is minus 35 degrees centigrade to minus 2 degrees centigrade. And these cyclones are found in the sea ice of communities such as ice algae, proteobacteria, flavobacteria, cytoalga, bacteriocytes. So these are the region at which these cyclophiles can be found. What are the adaptations by which these cyclophiles can survive the lower temperature? When the temperature goes down, these cyclophiles have some changes in their metabolic and their all the structural parts. They have reduced enzyme activity, and they have loss of protein. They have loss of their flexibility in their structure. They have loss of their metabolic activity, and the membrane structure is also affected due to the lower temperature, and they have inappropriate protein folding which allows them to stretch at a lower temperature. And what other changes are happens in the membrane? As we know that um, membrane is important for the transport of some important nutrients. Okay, but when the temperature is very low, then at such conditions, transport of some particles cannot happens. Okay, the membrane cannot pass the waste material, they cannot pass the nutrients from inside or outside. Okay, so the transport through the membrane is decreased, and they have decreased level of DNA replication, DNA transcription and translation. So when these replication, transcription and translation are stopped or decreased, then there is a low level of growth. Okay, there is a low level of, they cannot divide more and more. Okay, their division capability is very low, the growth capability is very low, and they have intracellular ice formation, means the cellular materials is so the cellular material is like a snow type. Okay, the ice formation is found in the intracellular materials. Barophiles is also a type of microorganism, is an important group which are also included in extremophiles. So what are the barophiles? Barophiles is a microorganism which are referred to the microorganism which grow at high hydrostatic pressure. Okay, where hydrostatic pressure is found? Hydrostatic pressure is found in the microorganism, or the organism which are very deepest. Okay, which are very deep, and where we can found the deep microorganism, they are found in the sea, which where the depth is about 10,994 meter. So the microorganisms which are found in the deep of the sea are known as the barophiles, because when there is a lot of uh, deepness is there, a lot of pressure will be made by the water. Okay, so more the deeper, more the pressure will be there on the microorganism. So barophiles are the microorganisms which are found in very high pressure, which are found in the conditions where the high pressure is found. So barophilic bacteria are the best adapted to growth pressure greater than 40 megapascal, where moderately barophilic bacteria grow ideally above 1 atmosphere but less than 40 megapascal. Where these barophiles are found, so these barophilic bacteria are found in the sea levels, where the uh, deepness is very high, and most of these barophilic bacteria are baro-tolerant bacteria. Filamentous fungi such as and actinomycetes are the microorganisms which are found in the barophilic environment. So these are the some important terms for barophilic microorganism. Different types of microorganisms have been found in the this type of environment, such as filamentous fungi and actinomycetes, several alkaliphilic and thermophilic extremophiles, several filamentous fungi from the pressure of 10 megapascal, and the distance may be approximately 1000 to 3000 meter depth of the sea. Some non-sporadic filamentous fungi and yeast are also have been found in the deep sea sediments. The examples of barophiles include Pseudomonas, Filamentous fungi, Photobacterium, Schwalena, Coevalia and Motilla, weather tolerant Alternarmonas. Now, the organic solvent tolerant. These are some special group of microorganisms which can tolerate high level of solvent such as methanol. Okay, so there are some organic solvent and these solvents cannot be tolerated by microorganisms, but the organic solvent tolerant bacteria can survive these organic solvent and can be found at the concentration or higher concentration of these organic solvents. These these organic solvent tolerant bacteria have some specific features by which these uh, can tolerate the toxic effect of organic solvents. So there are some examples and occurrence of organic solvent bacteria and microorganisms which have some specific features and the tolerance. These are the strains, the name of the microorganism, and these are the organic solvent that these microorganisms can survive in the presence of these organic solvent. Okay, now halophiles. What are the halophiles? Halophiles are the microorganisms which can live in high salt concentration. So mostly microorganisms can survive the 0.9% to 1.5% of salt concentration. They cannot tolerate the high salt concentration, but these halophiles can tolerate the higher concentration. Okay, 2%, 3%, 5%, 10%, 50%. They can tolerate the high concentration of salt. The examples of halophiles include Halobacterium. Most of these halophiles are included in the eukaryotic microorganism. Okay, what are the acidophiles? As we know that what is the acid? Acid is a condition where the pH is lower than 7. So when the pH of the solution is very low, means it decreases below 3, and the microorganism which can survive the pH below 3, then these types of microorganisms are known as the acidophiles. And in the simple words, acidophiles are the microorganisms which thrive under highly acidic conditions such as pH 2 or below. The examples include thiobacillus. These are the examples. And the alkalophiles, similarly, the pH above 7 is known as the alkalinic nature. And the alkalophiles are the microorganisms which can survive in high alkaline pH. And the pH may include above 10. Okay, so the alkalophiles are the microorganisms which can survive the pH above 10 and are included in the alkalinophilic net group, and they are also included in the extremophiles. The example include nitronomonas. This is the example of the alkalophiles. So our topic is over here. In the upcoming lecture, we will discuss about archaebacteria, because archaebacteria are also known as the microorganism of extreme environment. So thank you very much.